Psychoanalysis is a psychological framework developed by Sigmund Freud based on the belief that all humans possess unconscious thoughts, feelings, and desires that shape the behavior. The psychic structure in psychoanalysis refers to Freud's model of the mind, which consists of three parts: the id, ego, and superego. These components interact dynamically to shape personality and behavior. Id, also known as the primitive self, is the unconscious part of the mind driven by instincts and desires. It operates on the pleasure principle, seeking immediate gratification of needs like hunger. Superego, also known as the moral self, represents internalized morals, values, and societal expectations. Operating at a conscious level, the conscience punishes the ego for wrongdoing, while ego ideal rewards the ego for meeting its standards. Ego, also known as the rational self, operates on a conscious level to mediate between its desires and the constraints of reality. It considers long-term consequences before acting and balances both the id and the superego in its final choice. These three parts constantly interact in everyday life. For instance, when you see a wallet full of cash on the ground, your id instinctively wants you to take the money for your own immediate pleasure. However, the conscience in your superego protests against this action for stealing is wrong. Finally, ego mediates the situation and decides to take the wallet to the police. This constant psychic conflict between desire, reality, and morality is what shapes human personality and behavior. Ego is equipped with defense mechanisms to protect itself from anxiety, stress, and internal conflicts. While defense mechanisms can be helpful in the short term by protecting the individual from emotional pain, an over reliance on these defense mechanisms can be harmful in the long term. Freud also proposes the psychosexual stages of development to explain how personality develops from childhood. It begins with the oral stage between 0 to 1 years old, where the infants focus on their mouth for feeding. The second stage is the anal stage, where the toddler focuses on their anus to control their bodily functions. The third stage is the phallic stage between 3 to 6 years old, where they develop their gender identity. This is followed by the latency stage between 6 to 12 years old, where children focus on intellectual and social development. This is then progresses to the final stage, called the genital stage, where they explore sexual relationships and gain independence. These stages are crucial because Freud believes that adult personality is profoundly influenced by how we experience and resolve conflicts associated with these